There are many places like Dunkin' Donuts, but only one, however, sells and runs like Dunkin' Donuts. We don't just sell donuts, we're known for being America's... We don't sell just donuts, we're known for being America's favorite everyday stop and shop Dunkin' Donuts. Depending on what our limit of inventory is, we depends on what we order. We have curious customers who always ask us to. Today we'll have the proper way of baking, selling, making donuts here at Dunkin' Donuts. For the baking process, it takes. The baking process it takes about 12. We consider to be our best sellers. We need to start the baking. Yeah. We consider our best sellers. We need to start the baking process, turning into our proof boxes and turning into our fry laters. We have 2 fry laters. The 2 fry laters are basically consist of we add like a 5-pound bar of margarine, and then once we add the margarine, we let it sit for about 30 minutes. And once the baking has started and it's been sitting, we start doing the yeast of the donuts, which consist of shell, rings, and cakes, which kind of looks something like this. We have some shells, we have some rings, and we have some cakes. Let's see. It takes about 20-30 minutes for the fry laters to kick in. We have about 30 different types of donuts and everything. But we usually just make cakes, cake donuts, which consist of like this. We have the shell donuts, which consist of these. The shells, ring, cakes. Let's see. The process takes about 4 hours. On high loads on certain days, it depends. It could be about 200 dozen per store. For the baking process, it considers you need to put them in the proof box once it's fully cut, and then after that you let them deep fry, and it comes out kind of looking like this. And once it's officially done cooking, we just hand it over to the finisher, and the finisher makes the rest of the donuts, which consist of basically the fillings. We consider the fillings, more fillings, which is basically the Bavarian cream, the jelly, the apple, the black raspberry, the chocolate cream. Keep it on me. Which follows basically, which is really, we add the fillings mostly just to the shell donuts. Bavarian cream, the jelly, black raspberries. Once you start the filling process, what you do is you dump them right here into the sugar for jelly donuts. Then after that we have the powder, the cinnamon. Once that's done, you dumped it into there. You can start adding the fillings of the Bavarian, the toppings, which toppings, the sprinkles, and everything all consists of the fillings. But let's see, once the fillings are done, you use this is the thing that you actually fill the donuts up in. What you do is you grab them about 2 at a time. Put them in the hole, and there's a button, a machine, which you're supposed to push, and it ejects out the cream. So that's how you're supposed to do the filling down low. Once the finishing process is finished, you can start making the donuts. Basically, the easiest part. After the messy process of finishing is done, you can start doing the frosting, which is most time-consuming, but it's basically the easiest part once it's all done and set. Frosting consists of basically peanuts, the coconuts, the sprinkles, the icings of chocolate, vanilla, strawberry, maple, berry. Basically, we put them all on the shells and the rings. Not like, we don't glaze everything like the Krispy Kreme and everything, but we glaze about a certain amount of donuts. Once the donuts are all this, you let them sit on the icing. You just basically grab the container. You grab the container and you dunk it in the icing. You dunk it into the icing. Once the icing comes out, frosting. That's the finishing process. They do a lot of those. Just twist them, The frosting process is probably 12 per dozen. Dozen goes onto each rack. We do a whole bunch of these. After that, you just start adding the sprinkles. The sprinkles are finished in the frosting process. That's finished for that. The frosting is done. You put them on the tray, and basically, Dunkin' Donuts, it's not the healthiest place in the world, but it's bringing smiles to everyone's faces since 1950s. So I hope you learn start with the bake finish and frosted donuts here. Dunkin' Donuts for the process of rings, shells, sticking them in, the frosting, the baking, adding them. I don't have the baker here, so I wasn't really able to show you the machine and everything, how it bakes. But once you've done all this baking, that's all it is to make the donuts here at Dunkin' Donuts. Thank you.